Enjoy, everybody. This is the hour of your reckoning. And it begins in 3, 2, 1.
That must be Fisto's headquarters. And his prison, too.
Fisto has betrayed us!
Oh, shit. No, God, give me do all that over again. Gosh dang it. Hold on a second. I effed that up. Just a second. All right, here we go for real. 3, 2, 1.
That must be Fisto's headquarters. And his prison, too.
Fisto has betrayed us!
The morning stream, 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 the morning stream,
The Morning Stream. How about a booby?
the morning stream, the morning stream, the morning stream.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Morning Stream. It's a morning show podcast. Happens Monday through Thursday, sometimes on Friday. I'm Scott Johnson. That's Brian Ibbett. Hi.
Sometimes, mostly.
Mostly. What's that from? Oh, Aliens.
They always come out on Fridays, mostly.
Mostly. Hey, everybody. Welcome. It's Thursday, June 28th. Nope, 18th. That's the wrong number.
Coming to you from the future.
Yep. It looks real bleak over here. No, 18th, 2020. I'm Scott, and that's Brian, and we're having a show. We're going to do it. It's a weird Thursday, though, because it's going to be a little shorter. So those listening at home, you haven't heard the news yet, we'll be a little short today, but only by about a half an hour. So you'll still enjoy this. Just if you're jogging to our show, just run the extra half hour on, I don't know, an old Coverville or something, or yesterday's Coverville. How about
or
that?
Yesterday's Coverville, yeah. Pointer
Yeah.
Sisters.
Yeah, give you some. There's other content, is what I'm saying. So enjoy your half hour of reprieve. We're happy
You know what
to be
song?
here.
You know what song a lot of people don't realize is by the Pointer Sisters?
What's that?
That song from Sesame Street that goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Hold on a minute.
Yeah.
So did
the
they
pinball machine.
did they perform that? Did they was it like
They performed it. I don't know if they took it on the road and did it in concert, but they
but that's them in that song when
that's
I hear
them. That's them in the song that you hear.
I
and
it. Had no idea. That's amazing.
original composition to my knowledge, but I don't know if June and Bonnie and Anita and who's the fourth Pointer sister? Allison Pointer? No.
Ringo Pointer.
Yeah, Ringo Pointer. Exactly. I don't know if they wrote it, but they certainly performed it.
That's pretty cool. I did not know that. I feel like they could have. I don't know. How would you know? I guess as a kid, you don't know who people are when you're
You
watching
don't know who the Pointer Sisters are as a kid.
No. I mean, you may have heard the song, but you don't think about artists until you're older, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's just the way of life.
Yep.
All right. Couple quick questions here to get us started.
Laser is her name.
Oh, it's not really Laser Pointer, is it? Tell me it isn't.
No, but wouldn't that be great?
Oh, it'd be amazing. I mean, for a hot second, I was the most excited I've been in months when you said that. I want that to be
Laser Pointer
true.
sister.
Hi, I'm Laser Pointer. I mean, yesterday I learned for the first time their real last names were Pointer, so
Yeah.
shows what I know. Which is
I
not
will
a lot.
tell you though, just to bust a bubble that you may have, maybe not, but the Righteous Brothers were not two guys who had the last name Righteous.
Oh, this described their demeanor. They were righteous men.
This described their demeanor. They were not even brothers. They are not relations, ma'am.
Oh, that I thought they were brothers. Oh, so that's
Nope.
funny. So you telling me bread? They were not made of bread? Is that what you're saying?
Bread was not made of bread.
Okay.
Bare Naked Ladies contains no ladies, bare naked or otherwise.
All
Ben
right.
Folds 5 was really 3,
Yeah, yeah, and he didn't fold anything, so that's that.
and he didn't fold anything.
Maybe he had folding at home running on his PlayStation 3. We don't know.
That's right. That's probably it.
Who else has a weird band name like that? Kiss never kisses anybody.
Leftover salmon is fresh. The
Leonard was,
police were not actually police.
I love that. Yeah, the police weren't real cops, were they? They were faking it.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. There's a lot. We're uncapping the truth about musical history here. Anyway, so I ate a fly, Brian. I need help. I need help from you.
Oh no, I knew an old lady who ate a fly.
Well, I know a middle-aged man who ate a fly, and the question is, will he die? Probably not, but I ate a whole fly, and that hasn't happened to me, I don't know, maybe ever that I know of. Maybe I was sleeping on a beach once and it happened and I didn't know, but I ate a fly, and here's how it went. Kim made this amazing grilled brisket last night. Oh, it was so good. And she got this killer deal on it because they have too much of it at this store. Because the food chain stuff's still a little weird right now with like overages, underages, and supply chain and all that. So they had extra brisket, and it was all amazing and cheapish for what brisket usually is. So she gets this big old brisket, brings it home, puts it on the grill. We cook it outside. She also slow roasts inside of the same grill a bunch of broccoli. I recommend doing this, by the way, because what happens is the broccoli gets crispy, but also kind of smoky, and also some of the meat flavor gets into the broccoli. Amazing broccoli.
Really? Slow roast broccoli. Okay.
So good. And it gets a little smoky, not like overwhelmingly or like, ew, this is too much or whatever. It's like perfect. It's so good. Anyway, she made that, and then she made, we had a salad. I mean, it was like eating at a fancy restaurant. It was very good last night. But we're eating outside because it's nice and kind of breezy and warm but cool, like kind of perfect weather. So we're outside. We're sitting in these Adirondack chair things that are made out of old milk cartons, which I know I've talked about before. Anyway, we're eating, and I'm having this beef, and I had some kimchi with it because that's what I do. I like the kimchi. And right in the middle of this, as I go to take a bite of this beef, a fly lands upon the beef, and I put the beef with the fly in my mouth, not knowing it.
So as the fork with the beef is approaching your mouth, the fly lands on it?
Yes, and I didn't notice. Okay. Kim did. She went, bup, 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 like that. And I went, what? I bit down and said, what? Basically, I chewed and swallowed it. It's gone. The fly is gone.
So you didn't even stop to once she stopped you.
No, I had a weird thing where I had already bitten down, and what I should have done is gone and spit it out.
Yeah.
But instead,
you just didn't want to waste the beef. Is the problem.
Waste the beef, I said.
That's right. You and Claire Peller. Waste the beef.
Oh, I love that you remember her name. I never remember her name.
Claire Peller.
Anyway, so I swallowed it as an instinct, which is the wrong instinct. It was a bad instinct. And then
you'd still have to chew it. You have to chew the beef.
Well, I
chewed some time that had to be.
See, that's the trick. This is where the instinct didn't work right, because normally you're right. I bit down and had a single chew on the brisket.
Yeah.
Brisket by its very nature is it's multiple chews normally, right? You're supposed to chew it.
Exactly, yes.
But when she said it, I went, yeah, and I kind of swallowed it unchewed or sort of half chewed.
Wow.
And down went the fly with it. So,
oh my God.
I'm not worried about it because, hey, nature, protein.
Yeah, exactly.
Who knows what poo that thing was sitting on before it flew over here.
There's a very, very slim chance it had the bubonic plague. Just a slim chance.
What if I turn into I don't know, like the fly? What if I later on I start
you're Johnson fly instead of Brundle fly?
Yeah. I barf on a donut to make it so I can eat it or whatever. That's how that's going to go.
We'll have to keep an eye on you.
All right. Let me know if you see any changes.
A 1980s Gina Davis will come over to your house and strip naked. So there's that.
Oh, right. She did do that.
Yeah.
Isn't that when they got together too, her and Jeff Goldblum?
I think so. I would assume so, yeah.
Yeah.
Unless they were together before that movie, and that was...
And they're not together now, right?
No.
Who's Goldblum with? Wife. Let's look it up. Jeff Goldblum, currently married to... He's 65. His wife is 35. Wow.
Really? Well, there's one you don't hear about.
Yeah.
Like, you hear about all these other Alec Baldwin and his May December romance, but
oh yeah,
really, you don't? Oh yeah, Earth Girls Are Easy. That's right. They met years before that for Earth Girls Are Easy.
Oh, okay. So they'd already been hanging out. Jeff Goldblum, 65, poses with his wife Emily Livingston, 35, and their kids as he receives a star on Hollywood's Walk of Fame. This was back in June of 2018, and that means that he's now 67, and she is 37.
So he's always come across, though, as kind of always being the same age. I won't say that he's always come across as young.
Yeah.
He comes across as younger than he is now.
Yeah.
He certainly doesn't seem 65. I'll say that.
Yeah, I'll give him that.
But he's kind of even in the 80s, he seemed like he was 50.
Yeah.
And he still seems 50.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. There is something about him that is permanently in his 40s and 50s. He just seems like he's stuck there. Yeah. And she, funny enough, she looks older than 36. So it's just weird how they how age works. But the kids are cute.
It's not a very good picture. Not a very good. The one that if we're looking at the same one.
Oh, I don't know. I'm looking at the one
there's
from.
there are some much better pictures of her.
I got this one here. Here's what I'm looking at. I'll put it in Discord.
Okay.
There's the
You
tall.
put yours in Discord, I'll put mine in Discord, and the audience will really enjoy this.
Yeah, they'll enjoy it. Well, the audience is looking at the one I just sent you. Oh yeah, that's a weird picture. Oh, she looks,
Oh yeah, that's a weird picture.
she's really young in that, and it makes it.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's like almost too young, is what you're saying.
Yeah, a little bit. Just a little bit.
I mean, it is the half shirt is kind of what does it.
Yeah, it's the half shirt. What does it?
It's the half shirt what does it.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's great. Well, anyway, Jeff Goldblum, good luck to you. I don't know why you
National
came up.
treasure, Jeff Goldblum.
Oh, because of the
Love
fly.
his Disney Plus stuff. Yes.
Yeah, his Disney Plus stuff's great, and isn't he in some? He's in the new Jurassic Park that's being made, I think.
Probably.
Coming back.
I mean, he was in the last one saying,
Yeah.
"This is a very bad idea. We shouldn't be going there."
You should have asked if you needed. He's gonna do that. I like when he does
follow
that.
this drop of water as I put it on my knuckle.
You sound
There's
like.
chaos theory right there.
Wait a minute. You sound like somebody else. Who is he sounding
I
like?
sound like Jimmy Stewart a little
Oh,
bit.
that's what it is.
Like,
You sound like Jimmy Stewart. That's it.
little Nick Cage. Yeah, sure.
I could eat a page for hours. All right. Anyway, Narcon. We talked about Narcon.
Narcon. Yes, we did yesterday. That
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like if you're a
thing
big
you give to OD people who are ODing.
yeah specifically on opiates of some sort.
Whether or not they're wearing a Cookie Monster costume, you give it to.
Oh right, that was the story. I couldn't
exactly.
remember the story that spawned it, but you're right. That's the one. So. I got a number of emails. One of them was, "You guys are so full of misinformation. Narcon is not what you said it is." And I'm like, "Well, then tell me what you think it is." So I went and looked it up, and it's got like
and it was people telling us, not that we're so full of information. We were
we don't
listening to
know
what people were telling us. How do we know that this person telling us that we're full of misinformation is not full of misinformation?
Yeah, we don't know much about it.
Yeah.
I can tell you that the real name for the stuff is actually naloxone hydrochloride. And it comes in an injection form, a nasal form, like a snorted in. What do you call that? Just nasal spray.
Yeah.
And something else. One guy wrote me, says it's not a thing you inject. You only do it to your nose. You guys are not telling people the right. I'm like, no, it actually you can take it a bunch of ways. One of the ways is through the nose. You can also inject it. It turns out. Anyway. I don't know why people thought that. But,
it is also a combined gaming and anime convention that's held several times per year in Linköping, Sweden.
Is that true? Oh,
Yes, Narcon.
That's great. Are you going to
Except there's
Narcon?
two dots over the A in Narcon.
We are going to Narcon. I am dressing up as a Persona 5 character. You have to guess which one. Anyway.
Perfect.
Thanks. Bork. Anyway, so Braden wrote in. Says, I was just listening to Wednesday's 617 episode, which was yesterday. In Pulp Fiction, they are supposedly using adrenaline, which is commonly a layperson's term for an
Epinephrine.
Epinephrine. Thank you. Not Narcon, as suggested by another listener. Also, they use it very inaccurately. Movies are generally not great source material of medical information. No, you don't say.
Really?
Yeah. He says, I feel like this would be a great question for Dan to discuss further. I would try to explain the joys of Narcon, but I feel like a lot of it would be lost in text and should probably get back to drug dealing. Love the secondary and tertiary, if on even lower, tadpole pharmacist. Braden. He's a pharmacist, so we heard from another pharmacist.
That's right. He says our secondary or maybe even tertiary, even lower tadpole pharmacist.
Yeah, we think of you all the same. You're all the same.
Well, no, I mean Dan, Tabletop Man will always be first in our hearts, but everybody else runs a close second. So there you go.
Yeah, very close second. You're right. You're right in his. You can draft behind Dan.
Only because of that one time at BlizzCon.
Yeah. Tally in the chat says it is not a lay term. It varies by region. EU tends to use it adrenaline, whereas North America uses the epinephrine. Okay, all right. I don't know. We need a standard disclaimer. Scott and Brian don't know a damn thing about medical science. Know that before we say anything. All right? So don't walk away going, Narcan, that sounds pretty good. I can put that in my coffee in the morning. Don't do it. Okay? We don't know what it is.
It's delivered via suppository, and you must inject it into your anus, and that will clear up all drugs that have ever been in your system.
Mr. Vince Gilligan, could you please explain more, please?
5 seconds. J.K. Grammer is going to say, "Is that Ken Kratz?" He really loves the Ken Kratzening.
He
when I
does
get to the
that.
Ken Kratzening.
He does that if He-Man comes up with me.
Does he?
Yeah,
Okay.
he'll yell in the chat. He'll yell, "This is my stupid cat, Cringer," or whatever. And that thing I did where I did the dumb voice, he'll bring that up, and I love him for it. Don't get me wrong,
Sure.
J.K. Grammer. We love you.
Yes.
He's one of the best. All right. Okay, now onto the subject of dog memories. We were talking about dog memories. Oh, by the way, you'll like this because you're a cat person.
Like the corners of my mind.
I mean, I don't mean you're a cat person like you.
Covered memory. Because I really wanted to know.
See, there you go. This is pretty good. You should do a whole album.
Pictures
Yeah.
of the smiles we left behind. Okay, good.
Yeah, the next Coverville will be Brian singing.
It'll just be me doing memories.
I'd be into it.
Wait for it.
I'd
Just
be
watch
into it. So this morning, a stray cat walked up to the table Kim and I were sitting at outside, and we don't know where he's from or what's going on. What is
He's looking for
decorum
his
there?
fly.
Well, it may be, but he came and he was like rubbing his legs on us and rubbing the legs and
Rubbing against your legs, yeah.
That's the word I meant. And then he was rubbing against the chair legs and all that. And we talked about that. How that's sort of their way of claiming territory and
putting their scent on the stuff that they like.
yeah. And it was fine. And then Kim brought some food out and he feverishly ate it because he looked really hungry and he looked skinny, like maybe he hadn't eaten in a while. So I think it's a stray. Here's the question. What do you do if you get a stray cat? And here's what we did, and then you tell me if it was the right thing. We took a picture of it.
Okay. Yep.
Put it on Nextdoor
That's good.
and the local community Facebook group page, and said, "Hey, we found the stray cat. No collar. He's not declawed or anything. He just seems like a normal cat. Do you know who? If anyone knows, let us know, and we'll get it to you." That's what we did. Should we have done anything else?
Yes. One more thing that I would say, and it's a little more involved, but it's worth it. If you think about somebody who's lost their cat and they're worried about it because they might not be on Nextdoor, is you take it to the vet and see if it's microchipped.
Oh.
Because they'll be able to just scan it. They'll be able to tell, oh yeah, this is a cat belongs to 1409 Mayberry Street. Let's call them up. And
I would not have thought of that. Interesting. Okay.
yeah.
So maybe we'll do that. He's hanging around.
You don't
now.
want to be Spider-Man when he lets the burglar get away that kills his Uncle Ben. You don't want to feed this cat and say, okay, well, we took a picture and put on Nextdoor, and then they come back to you and say, oh yeah, that was our cat. Where's the cat? Oh, we don't know. We fed it and let it go.
Oh, good point. I don't want to do that, do
Yeah.
I?
Yeah. You put your picture on Nextdoor, very, very good, and very, much more a bigger step than a lot of people might take. But
Yeah.
really, it's just just in case you're looking for your cat, it's doing all right, doing just fine without you.
Yeah, he's doing fine without you. We fed him. We don't know where he is now,
Right.
but is this your cat? Yeah, I didn't even think of that. Why am I that dumb? That's dumb.
No. It's not. We've come a long way with the hey, found a cat, put up take a picture of it, have that picture printed up, nail it to a bunch of telephone poles around the neighborhood.
Right.
We've moved on to the Nextdoor thing, which I think is a good way to do it because if you do lose an animal, that's a really good place to start.
Sure.
But
And
so
we've-
you did,
yeah.
you did a lot of good work. There was just one more step that you could have done that might have been even better.
Well, we might still be able to because that cat is probably now going to want to hang around because we gave it food,
Yeah, I think the cat will come back the very next day.
Do you remember there was a cartoon? Sorry, this made me think of something. In the 80s, there was a short animated film that toured around on those animation festivals. And I know you mentioned before that you'd gone to a few of those. I went to a few of those. It was called The Cat Came Back. Do you ever remember seeing that?
And it was the song, like they basically animated the song, and it was this.
It's so good. It was so fun and good, and I gotta find that now. Do you guys?
I don't know if I saw it in an animation festival because I think I was like 8 or 10 when I saw that thing. That thing was like.
I was pretty young.
Yeah.
TV's
I'm
Travis
sure.
remembers it. Oh, TV's Travis, I owe you an email. Don't worry, that's coming today. Sorry.
Sidian found the cat came back in 1988 film. Yeah, oh, that's absolutely it. That's because I remember that.
Oh, 88's later than I thought. Oh, that's it. That old lady on the track.
Yeah,
That's
that
it.
old lady on the track. Yeah.
Oh,
It was in theaters with Who Framed Roger Rabbit. That's where we saw it. It was the Pixar short before Pixar.
Okay. I'm going to see if that's available later because I loved that.
And what's funny is the old lady that you're seeing on that thing is not an old lady at all. It's an old man named Mr. Johnson. Was the one who couldn't get rid of the cat. That's hilarious.
Here it is. It's on YouTube in its entirety. All right, I'm going to watch this later. That's amazing.
Oh, me too. That's awesome.
I love that stuff. Okay. Man, I miss those kind of things, but they're everywhere now, so I don't really have to miss them. I can just watch them again.
No. You can watch them to your heart's
To
content.
my heart's content. Okay. Sorry. Sidetracked there. Dog memories. This person says back, this is, they didn't leave their name. Anyway, they say back when I lived in an apartment, a neighbor had a very friendly dog who was a kind of a neighborhood dog. I used to play with him all the time since I didn't have a dog of my own, so he knew me pretty well. Years later, after I hadn't seen him in years, I bumped into the owner and the dog in the mall parking lot. As we were catching up, we kept remarking how surprised we were that the dog seemed so apathetic about meeting me again. A few minutes later, the dog shoved his nose in my crotch. Then it became obvious he recognized me and then started jumping all over me very excitedly. The conversation with the cute girl got kind of awkward after that, and I just had to get out of there. So, great story. Also, I don't... the crotch is the only point of contact. Is pretty funny.
I'm just visualizing, the dog sticking his nose in the crotch and then we...
Oh!
Look at the face there. Wait a minute!
His eyes get all
To
big.
me!
That's amazing. I haven't smelled you in years. Yeah.
That's right, exactly.
Thanks for sharing that. I wish I had your name. I don't have your name here. Didn't include it. All right. And then finally, before we move forward here with some other stuff, I wanted to give a shout out to the newest tadpooler. Her name is Alice Bloom, born yesterday, maybe today, actually. Let's see.
Okay.
Brand new little baby, though. So grats to Josh and your wife. I couldn't find her name, so I'm not sure. I always like to give real names when possible. But Josh and his wife had a happy little baby girl. Her name is Alice. I love that name for a baby, Alice Bloom. In fact, Alice Bloom is a great name. You should write books. You should be an author. You should be a...
Totally. Yeah, Alice Bloom is just made to be a literary hero.
Yeah, that's an awesome name. Anyway, brand new baby. Congratulations and welcome to the club. You now have to listen to TMS as a child. That's your job.
That's right. Yes, and we will corrupt your mind well into your teens.
Yep. And also, side note, happy anniversary to James Christensen and his wife. They had a first-year anniversary yesterday. I saw all this stuff on Facebook today and thought, you know what?
That's cool.
All these good things, we should call those out more. It's too much bad news in the world. So congratulations, all you guys, on your stuff.
On stuff that you've accomplished.
Yeah, it's good stuff, man. All right. Brian, I think it's time for this. Time for the news, brought to you by
our friends at the Angry Chicken. Do you like Hearthstone? Then you will love the Angry Chicken. Details at amove.tv.
Yeah, I figured I'd give them a little shout out because not only is that true, everything you just read, but also a big new content drop happened yesterday. And if you're into that game, you probably want to hear some other people talk about it with some knowledge. It's very good. So go check it out.
Very cool.
All right, let's start today's news with this story. A young surfer's message in a bottle, but with a modern-day twist. That's the story I'm going to tell you, Brian.
Oh. I bet it was an iPod in a bottle or an iPhone in a bottle with a message recorded on it.
You're closer to the truth than you're...
Oh, really?
Yeah. You're almost there. So, all right, whenever the surf looked good, Pete Cole...
Believe what I saw.
Pete Cole, this young surfer kid, would grab his GoPro before hitting the beach. The waterproof camera would capture stunning footage of the teenager surfer as he rode the waves crashing on the coast of his Kings Island home. Is that Australia?
Kings Island?
I don't know where that is.
Might be. Yeah, I don't know where that is either.
Anybody in the chat know where Kings Island is?
Nebraska. No, it looks like Australia. Yeah.
It's probably Australia. It says, on a fateful February afternoon, this is just a couple months ago. Oh my gosh, how long has that been now? February, everything from March till now feels like...
I know. Oh, February? That was 2 years ago.
Yeah, it's really weird. Anyway, It said that afternoon while Pete was trying out his new mouth guard mount. Is that a thing people do? Put it in their mouth and then have the GoPro watch
a
them?
mouth guard mount.
Yeah.
Interesting. So
you probably look
so
that
he's
up.
got the mouth guard and then a stick coming out of it and then the GoPro mounted on that. That's interesting.
Let me see. I'm sure we can find one of these, right?
I'm sure we can.
Oh yeah, on
GoPro
Amazon
mouth
they've
guard
got
mount.
it. Oh yeah, look at that. So you hold it. Oh, that's super interesting. Here, chat, you can see.
I mean, I guess that gives you a pretty close to. it's like the most the goofiest grill a young rapper could wear.
Yep. Oh, for sure. Walk into a party like that.
So that's interesting. So basically, I mean, it gives you a view that's pretty close to the view you're looking at, as opposed to like something that's mounted on the front of your surfboard or on a helmet or anything like that.
Right. It looks like it's.
But it just looks like you're tonguing the back of a camera.
I'm glad the lens isn't on that side. That's all I know.
Yes.
Ugh, blah. Gross. It's like swallowing a spider. Who would do that? All right.
Right.
Anyway, so he's doing this, and a wave knocked the thing out of his mouth and went to sea. And he thought, "Oh no, I've lost my GoPro."
That's exactly right.
It says, "I lost my GoPro, and it was the newest GoPro at the time." Says the 12-year-old. He's a young kid. It was very murky that day. He says it was quite deep and rocky, and I probably wouldn't had much of a chance of finding it because the swell was moving around a lot. Pete eventually accepted that his prized GoPro had been taken by the sea, but then that is until months later when the sea gave it back. Oh, what
the sea was angry that day, my friends.
It was. Did you see the look in that
Didn't want my
whale's
GoPro
eyes?
anymore.
My favorite, like sea salty guy voice now is the one from the Lighthouse from.
Oh, jeez.
What's his name? I can't
Willem
use-
Dafoe.
Yeah, Willem Dafoe's voice, dude. My gosh.
Jeez,
He channeled something that was both stereotypic and almost cartoony, and at the same time menacing and terrible. I don't know how he did it, but he's just, I've been out to sea for so long that the streaks in my eyes were made mostly of blood by the time I got back. It's like that kind of stuff. I love that talk. I love it. You could listen to someone do that all freaking day.
It's good.
What'd you do with the bird? All right, anyway. That was a weird movie. You warned me. You told me. You
I
said
told you it was nutty. Yeah,
it was really
it's
weird.
absolutely nutty. I never recommended, never used as a recommend to Lucy in the Sky. But I'm going to put that in that kind of weird. I don't know if I even talked about it on the show, but I'm going to put that in that kind of weird range too. Oh, maybe I did talk about, because I did say it was Noah Hawley, Fargo and Legion's Noah Hawley, and this one probably fits more on the Legion weirdness
Legion side.
But
Astronaut
it's Natalie
Lucy.
Portman as a astronaut who comes back to Earth,
Yeah.
and she's a little different, and
Well, they sure don't give this good reviews.
they don't. It really got lambasted by the critics,
But you like this.
I did like it. I think I went into it with the bar set low because I'd seen the reviews,
Yeah.
but I really like Noah Hawley. I like Natalie Portman, so I was like, oh, let's give it a try. If you're familiar with the story of Lisa Nowak, was it Lisa? She was the former NASA astronaut who traveled from Houston to Orlando wearing adult diapers so that she wouldn't have to make any stops.
Oh, wow.
And to kidnap the wife of the guy that she was sleeping around with.
Oh, right. Right. I remember that story. Is this based on that?
This is based on that without using her actual real name.
Okay. So they say, hey, okay, that's interesting. John Hamm from Mad Men's in it?
John Hamm's great. Yeah, John Hamm's great in everything, but
I kind of want to see this now.
it's worth seeing, I think. Especially if you like Noah Hawley. It does have some of that Fargo. Like, Fargo is a lot about weird crimes that aren't just, all right, let's rob a bank kind of thing, right? It's kind of nutty.
Yeah.
Let's kidnap this person and pretend that or pretend she's kidnapped so we can get the money. but she really isn't, or we're going to keep the money or whatever.
Yeah.
I think this has a lot of that weird crime kind of stuff that Noah Hawley excels in presenting.
Oh.
But they do some weird stuff with the letter. That the thing that Lighthouse reminded me of is that Lighthouse is shot in 4:3, I think.
No, it's actually square. It's
perfectly square.
One by one. Yeah, the 1 by 1 format, which is crazy. It's so crazy they show that in theaters like that. It's just nuts to me.
The Lucy in the Sky changes, even like during the scene when stuff is starting to go cuckoo in her brain, changes from letterbox to wide layer to 4:3 back out. Like you see the black bars kind of closing, or you feel the black bars closing in.
That's
and
weird.
It's a very interesting claustrophobic effect when they do that.
All right, it seems like the kind of thing I need to see just because I like to see things like this.
It's kind of cool, and it's I don't know. Is it an A movie? No. I mean, I think if you've only got 2 hours, there's another movie that I'd recommend that I'm not going to keep recommending to you. But
well, they keep. Oh yeah, that's true. They keep. He keeps bringing people along that he likes working with. So he's got. Also, I really like Tig Notaro, so it's cool that she's in this.
She's great. Yeah, she's really good.
Jeffrey Donovan's in this, and he was in that season of Fargo. I guess they're pals now. You got I guess Dan Stevens is straight up in it.
Dan Stevens is straight up in it. Yeah. Legion himself, or I guess Haller.
I like when
David Haller.
I like when directors, writers, and creators carry around their favorite actors. I kind of like that.
Yeah, I do too. And John Hamm, a lot of people don't remember, but in Legion, he was the narrator.
Oh, right. Yeah, he was.
So he's all up in it, but you never see him. You just hear him, and he's got a very unmistakable Don Draper voice.
We're too late for him to be Batman, but he could be
Kingdom Come.
Yeah.
Kingdom Come Superman or Kingdom Come Batman, I think would be your.
Or what was
your
the
way to use
Batman?
something.
What was the Batman with the kid that ran around and did it while crippled old Bruce Wayne was up in the
Yeah,
office?
it was The Dark Knight.
No,
right? The Frank Miller Dark Knight.
That's true, but that's not what I'm thinking of. It was an animated show. It was like
Batman Beyond.
Yes,
there you go.
That would be such a cool adaptation if they ever did Batman Beyond. I'd be so into that because that was rad.
Yeah,
that was really cool.
It was really cool. Yeah.
Anyway, neither here
nor there. I mean, I feel like he's still young enough. He could pull off an older superhero like a Moon Knight or I mean, there's got to be something in the MCU that he could do.
Be a good villain. Be a great villain, don't you think?
He would be a good villain. Yeah.
He's got that creepy, like turn on a dime kind of thing about him. He looks all charming and all American and 1950s looking dad kind of, and then suddenly he can go all evil and stuff.
MODOK, John Hamm as MODOK.
Sidian says he comes off as too much of a dick. I don't think so. He seems really nice. Everything I've ever heard him do in interviews or podcasts, he seems like the nicest, fun-loving dude. Seems totally nice. Sidian, you're in a bad mood this week. Every day Sidian's cranky about something. Man, we got to take you out to lunch. Let's go. Let's go do some fun stuff together. Oh, wait, we can't. It's a pandemic. But if we could, I just want to spend some time with Sidian. Make sure he's okay.
Yeah, let's have a drink. Let's sit down and have a drink. I'm having a drink with a Tadpole listener later today.
Oh, nice.
Chris Hornberger is coming through town, so.
All right, very nice.
Yeah.
Go get a Hornberger while you're here.
We're gonna go get a delicious Hornberger.
Hornberger. Anyway, so this kid lost his GoPro. Sorry, this is the bottom line of the story is it ended up washing.
What were we talking about again?
It ended up washing up on the beach, and he found it, and it still works, and it has all his video in it. How cool is that? And it was how long between? Let's see. It doesn't say how long, but it was a little beat up, but it worked, and it's good. And so, hey, GoPro, well done. You made a nice camera there.
That's cool.
That
very
lasted.
Sturdy. Very. Just C's don't like it.
No.
Just give it back.
C's.
Give it back.
Give it back to us. Give it back. Bring back to us. Bring back to us. All right. How much footage did he capture? I don't know. It doesn't get into it. But
Yeah, what's interesting though, he must have had some footage of him going, "Hi, my name is Billy, and I live here," and because otherwise, if it's in his mouth guard, all they're seeing is footage. Well, we know it's a surfer. That's really all we can tell.
Yeah.
Maybe see the front of the surfboard or the tip of it and see, what it
So I
what it
guess
looks
that's
like,
how
but,
I never realized that that's how you would, in a modern context, that's how you would get a shot of the pipe as you're coming through it from a first person perspective, because you can't hold a camera. Surfers need to balance. So having that in your mouth makes perfect sense now that I think about it. But up till now, I would have thought that was silly. But
it totally makes sense, because then you're getting the perfect. You're there when you watch this thing. When somebody else watches this thing, it's like, okay, yeah, there you go. That's what it looks like.
I mean, in my head, I thought maybe it was reversed like a selfie one, and that would be weird, right? Because you'd have this thing in your mouth and it would curve around.
Yeah, that would be really weird. Just a real close up of the inside of your nose, basically.
Yeah, I don't think I'd like that as much.
The chest mount is good.
Oh yeah, chest mounts.
I mean, that's why helmet cams are pretty good, but you do so much. Well, I mean, your head movements would mess this thing up too. So yeah, I don't know.
If you're mad at it and you don't like it and you throw it in the ocean on purpose, is that a dismount? I'll be here all week. All right.
Yeah.
Where are we now? Okay, check this story.
Okay.
A gentleman this is really the headline. A gentleman was fined for farting at the police.
Nice.
Yeah.
Excellent.
It's a great story. In Vienna, that's where they make the sausages. A gentleman was fined for farting with full intent, says the police.
With full intent.
You farted with full intent. Let's see. That's not the same as farting in a full tent, right? Doesn't work the same.
No, fully in a tent is not. That's hot boxing.
That's hot boxing. You farted with hot boxing. Anyway, according to the police report, the man was ticketed for, quote, offending public decency. This is according to ABC News. This is on Boing Boingers where I found this. City police wrote on Twitter that, of course, no one is reported for accidentally letting one go. They added that the man had behaved provocatively and uncooperatively during an encounter with officers that preceded the incident being the fart.
Sure.
He got up from the park bench, looked at the officers, and let go a massive intestinal wind, apparently with full intent, they said. And our colleagues don't like to be farted at so much.
Oh, I love it. I love the police report that they have to fill out for this.
Defund the Vienna police. One man's fart is another man's free speech.
Wait till the police commissioner gets wind of this.
Don't worry, Brian. This story will blow over. See, there's all kind of fart jokes we can do.
We got this. We got this.
They go for days. All right.
Yes.
This is the dumbest thing I read this week, so I wanted to make sure to share this. The brand new Ford Bronco, they're doing a big redesign this year. I guess it'd be the 2021 model, but they're going to announce it. And they're making a huge deal out of it. And they're debuting it on July 9th. Now.
Oh, July 9th. Okay, that sounds like a good day.
Seems like a fine day. No other real conflicts or anything. But it turns out that is O.J. Simpson's birthday. So the Bronco, famously a white one driven by O.J. Simpson as he ran from the law after absolutely killing those people.
Right. Ran. I don't know about ran. Slowly drove.
Yeah. Slowly drove down the
Is that how they're going to
freeway.
announce the brand new Bronco? They're going to slowly drive it down the highway so people can see it?
And they'll move all the cars out of the way and just
The
have
police
cops way
escort?
back.
Yeah, that'd be great.
A chopper overhead going, we're following the brand new Bronco here. We'll let you know. Anyway, it seems like a bad idea, but Ford Motor, I doubt they planned it this way. Like, why would they? But
No.
It's just too funny. It says it falls on the birthday of Orenthal James O.J. Simpson. Simpson, a former football star, rode in a white Bronco, as you all know, back on TV June 17th, 1994. Just about a month after I was made a dad for the first time. That's weird.
Wow.
Anyway, he was charged with murder in the slayings of his ex-wife and Ronald Goldman, which he totally did, by the way. I gotta believe that this is a mistake. Didn't anyone look at the calendar? Says John McElroy, a veteran industry observer at Autoline.tv. He hosts stuff over there. Ford Motor Company doesn't want to correlate the launch of such an iconic and important vehicle with a police chase with a notorious person. Everybody in the world knew OJ was fleeing in a white Ford Bronco. The chase was a 60-mile slow-speed pursuit, as Brian alluded. Was watched by 95 million people around the world. That was nuts. It was nutty. That whole thing, every channel in the world in 1994, I remember this, just turned their view to this.
Yeah, Tina and I were on a date. I mean, we were married at this time, but we were on like a a day. What was the June 17th? Okay, so it might have been like an anniversary dinner. We went to a place called The Broker here in Colorado that their big thing is that they give you a massive shrimp appetizer when you go there, like a cocktail shrimp appetizer.
Yeah.
And we were at this restaurant, and then we come out and we turn on the radio, and they're talking all about this. And so we got home and watched the rest of the low speed chase.
The rest of the story.
That was the rest of the story.
I remember sitting there with Taylor in my arms, feeding her from a bottle while it was going on. I have a very specific memory of that in this apartment we had. And June 17th, that's what's the 26-year anniversary yesterday? Is that right?
Yeah, no kidding. Look at that. Yeah.
Weird.
Wait,
is my math right? 26.
No,
yeah.
36.
No.
Oh, no, you're right. No, 26.
Yeah, that'd be 26.
Right.
36 would make
26.
my daughter 36, and there's no way that's
Right. Yes, there's no way. 26. Wow, Brian does math.
Brian does math. In a massive switch today on TMS, Brian does
That's right,
math.
exactly.
Wow. Anyway, Simpson was a passenger in that Bronco. He wasn't actually driving it. His former teammate Al Cowlings drove it down the I-405 in the best traffic they'll ever see. Anyway, the Auto Trader person says that we're not quite sure what to say. So Ford hasn't said anything. They're not going to change it.
Interesting coincidence.
Yeah, because they're not going to. I mean, what are they going to do? They're not going to change it. Who changes things? They don't change things.
No, exactly.
Anyway.
It's probably being debuted on a like an auto show. Well, I guess you don't have auto shows right now, but
no.
yeah.
Do they?
I'm sure that date was picked for some specific reason that was not O.J. Simpson's birthday.
Yeah, I think it's probably just because it's a day of the week you can do a thing, and they didn't even think about it. Who keeps track of OJ's birthday? You'd have to have somebody
Thursday.
at Ford who's like, all right, you guys, make sure we keep track of his birthday so we don't do anything.
Everybody's got it. Like there's a Ford calendar that's got it automatically written. And
I feel in a weird way, I feel like this. It's easy to throw shade at Ford for this, just for being, for missing it or whatever. I don't know. It's not their fault. He's a dick and killed people and drove that thing. It's not Ford's fault. So why make Ford do anything? They're just making a car.
Yeah, exactly.
We should. I don't know. If I did it, here's how I would have done it.
If I did it.
I hate that book title. Was that what it was called? If I did it.
If I did it, yes.
But the way he did it was if was tiny. And then the words were I did it.
Right, exactly.
Talk about your money
like
grab.
Total marketing.
So
all
bad.
right, here's how we've got to market this thing.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, Broncos are cool. That's the bottom line.
Yeah.
Moving on to this final story about Domino's Pizza, which I had the other night, and I have to say it was all right. It was okay. They had a deal.
I don't think I've had one. I haven't had one since the
rebranding, whatever.
Rebranding or the reformula.
Yeah.
the remastering of Domino's.
It's better than it used to be, I think. It's not, something like Mod is better. Mm-hmm. But it's as far as like a delivery pizza.
I did have a Mod last week.
Yeah, Mod's great. That's just a good pizza, period. But Domino's, it's okay. It's fine. I like their thin crust stuff, and we got one the other night. It was fine, and I think we had some coupon or something, so we paid all of $5 plus a $2 tip or something. It was like nothing.
Awesome.
Anyway, what's my point? Oh, a man is wanted after taking a poo outside Domino's Pizza and Milksham.
Milksham.
Where is that? Was that?
Sounds so UK. It sounds so English to me.
It'd have to be because Wiltshire999s.co.uk is the news site.
Yes.
That must be it.
The Wiltshire 999s. Oh, I guess that's their emergency, right? It's, Wiltshire. So it's like emergency calls that come into Wiltshire.
Oh, so like if you and I did,
it's like Brooklyn 911.
Oh, okay, yeah, it is.
Or not?
Is it 999? Is that what you guys do? I can't remember. They have their own number.
Lone Star 911. I'm combining Brooklyn. What is? Oh my God! Why am I blanking on the name?
Oh, Brooklyn 99 is what you're thinking of.
Brooklyn 99 and Lone Star.
Oh,
911.
Reno. You're thinking of Reno 911.
I'm combining a whole bunch of crap all in one. Yes.
9/11. Never forget. That's what we're saying.
Never forget what show it's.
Yeah, never forget. Oh my gosh! Look at these numbers they're putting in the chat. What are those? Are those emergency numbers in different cities, or what is that? Or are they just are they making that up?
I don't know.
They
Because they both put 0118-999-881-999-119-7253 all at the same time.
From the IT crowd, they're saying?
Is that from the IT?
Maybe. Did you ever watch the IT crowd? It's great.
I watched the first couple episodes and enjoyed it and never went back to it.
Oh, you should. It's great.
No, Matuba lost his 4, 8, 15, 16, 23, 42. Come on.
Brian knows that stuff.
Yeah, come on.
Don't challenge
You gotta go back.
Don't challenge his knowledge.
That's right. That's right.
What's the Picard authorization code? Oh man.
5, 4, 4, 1, 2, 3,
5,
B.
4. I think it's 4 lights. 5, 5, 4. Yeah, I don't know what his is.
Alpha, Bravo, Foxtrot, 5, 9, 9, 1, 4.
Wesley, get off the bridge, you piece of shit. All right.
All I can think of is Data when he's impersonating Picard doing that. You know, like like he's playing a recording. Like he's playing a sequencer. 5, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 9, 1, 1, 1.
That's a weird one. That's a weird one. Did you see that thing going around where they made all the female faces of all the male characters? And then the male faces of the female. It is amazing, some of those.
Oh, I didn't see the male faces of the female characters, but I did see. Well, I saw Spock, Kirk, and Bones as women, and
they also
it made me feel funny.
They did some Next Generation stuff as well. Kirk is downright pretty.
Yeah.
Spock looks a little weird, and McCoy just looks like he has a wig on. But
Spock looks like a little bit like Michelle Forbes, Ensign Rowe. A little bit.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure.
There's a little bit of a
like True Blood era.
Yes, right.
Michelle Forbes.
Right.
Okay, so and then they did the Next Gen people.
I didn't see the Next Gen people as women.
It's weird. It's so weird. But then the ones that they did some of the female characters and made them male. So they did Troy, and she looks like this long-haired, bearded-up looking weirdo. And I can't remember who else I saw.
All right, somebody find me a link because I'm looking.
Yeah, my description sucks. Somebody find that. I don't know if Captain Kipper's.
Oh, here it is.
Oh, let's get rid of that.
Yeah, there we go. Art of Coop.
Yeah, there it is. Pops
All right.
McClain gave it to us, I think. No, this isn't the one, but it works. This works. This is fine.
It does work. Jeez.
Look at Wesley at the bottom. That's weird.
I know, exactly. It's like,
yeah, kind of freaks
Wesley's
me out.
kind of, actually, Riker's kind of hot as a woman, too.
Yeah.
Kind of has a Justine Bateman thing going on.
Yeah, I don't like it. Also, Geordi looks awesome. Like, I would watch this show.
Wait a minute. Is the one on the far right middle supposed to be Troy as a
Yes,
as a
that's
man?
Deanna
I guess
Troi.
so.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's Deanna Troi. You can see it in his eyes.
I see, a little bit in his eyes. Okay, that's...
There you go, chat. You can see it now. Well, you can see some of them, not all of them. Let me pull up the rest of these here.
Why do they give hair to Picard? Is
know.
something bald women not work?
You could probably do a bald lady and it would be okay.
Yeah, exactly. Come on, face swap. Get
My
with it.
favorites, I think, are... I mean, Worf just looks like bad Photoshop to me.
Yeah.
But Geordi, Riker, Data, like just robot Data lady is really kind of cool.
I mean, I would date female Riker or female Wesley, honestly. In this photo.
And I think I prefer Tasha Yar and Dr. Crusher as men. Look at them down there; they look great. They look cool. Go for it. Gender swap the whole show. I'm ready. My life's ready for this. Let's do it. Let's make it happen. Someone will write us and go, "That's woke garbage." All right.
Is that what it is?
Well,
Is that what it is?
it's us goofing around, but they like to pretend it's what it is. All right. Anyway, so this guy, a man wanted by police because he took a poop outside the Melkham Street in broad daylight. Somebody in the chat put in an image of that actual.
Oh, really?
The actual location, yeah.
Officer
of just of the storefront.
Oh, okay.
Officers investigating the
Well,
incident.
we had poop, pictures of poop on Stephen Amell's house yesterday. So
Oh, that's right.
on his roof, yeah.
The brown arrow.
Right.
I don't know why that joke didn't come up yesterday, but
I don't know why it didn't. No kidding.
See, Alice, these are the jokes we tell as adults on this show. Little
See,
Alice. Oh, I said Cialis, didn't I? I didn't mean that.
Great. Now our show's going to be flagged as spam.
Crap. All right. Anyway, officers investigating the incident say the man, thought to be in his early 70s, old guy, defecated near the near the Domino's Pizza branch of the Bath Road in the town. It happened between 12 p.m. and 12:20 p.m. on Monday, June 8th. Witnesses, or some of the witnesses said that they were there. The offender is said to be a white male with long hair, unshaven, and wearing a long-sleeved shirt, possibly red, and blue jeans. Anyone with information is asked to call 101, quoting crime number 542000.
54200054632.
Commander data. It's very good. Well done.
Thank you.
All right, in a change of pace here, instead of taking a break in the middle, we're going to do a song at the end of the show because, like I said, we've only got an hour here. I have a call in about 10, 15 minutes, and so instead we're going to jump straight to some fun stuff. For example, we've been doing it all week. Sorry. Playing bonus mashups from Jamie, and I got another one. This is called Best of TMS Sing-Along, Part 1, so far it says.
Oh, wow. Okay. Best of. Jeez.
Yeah. It's only 2 minutes, but this features a lot of Brian singing. So I only know that because I previewed a little bit of it. So I didn't hear the whole thing, but I heard a bit. Brian sings a lot. So if that's what you came here for today, boy, howdy, do I have good news for you.
Nobody came here for that.
Enjoy. Look at that. That's Iron Man.
I am Monkey King. I don't practice Splendoria. I ain't got no crystal ball.
I knew I should.
Million packets and I pooped it all if I could.
That's all they would sing is Baby It's Old.
Sing Baby It's Old Outside?
Baby It's Old Outside. No, I'm kidding. Made that whole thing
Really
made
can't stay. Now, what was the song about?
What's the song about
I've
again?
got to go away. You don't have to
Lady.
scream and shout.
You need to help me with my colostomy bag.
Freaking go spill it in the river, dude. I don't even know what that means. Go spill it in the river.
Go spill it in the river.
Over the mountain, through the thing. I got my new Lincoln and I'm gonna drink this thing and the hose are on my tip.
The cats in the cradle and the silver spoon. Little boy blue and the man in the moon. There goes Ethel just as fast as she can, drinking wine from a potato chip can, driving around the Walmart lot. The rascal that she just bought.
Yeah. I'm a Shaggy Powder, do a rapping song, and I come
That's
into
right.
the song about halfway through. That's his
No,
deal.
you've got to do the Shaggy voice is a much deeper.
It's a deeper gaga. Fridays, gotta get down on Fridays.
Should I get in the back seat? Should I get in the front seat? Which? I've been through the desert on a man with no pants. It felt good to get out of my pants.
In the desert, you don't
You
need
don't
no
wear
pants.
no pants, 'cause there ain't no rain for to give you no pants.
I don't remember any of that.
I don't either.
Oh, that was a good one.
I like it when he cuts right to the music out of context.
Yeah.
Because then you're like, oh, I know this song. Oh, wait, no pants.
Yeah, that was really weird. Oh, that was great. Thanks, Jamie. Too good. I needed a good laugh like that this morning, and you gave it to me. Nice work as always. TMS Mashups on Twitter if you want to follow him and give him suggestions. If you think we said something dumb he should capture, he has the tricks to get it, so do that. All right. One final note. Happy birthday to my brother-in-law, Steve.
Yay!
He usually listens, so Steve, if you're listening, happy freaking birthday. I hope.
When are we going to work on that arcade cabinet?
Yeah, we're going to make that arcade cabinet. He's probably busy building some other rad thing, which is great because when the zombies come, I'm going to Steve's house. He is he can make anything out of everything, fix anything you ever need fixed. He is like some kind of genius with that stuff. And I hope today you're not made to do any hard work at all. Just chill out, have a good birthday, and I'll see you on Sunday for that get-together that we're having for Father's Day. Okay. Brian, that's it. That's our show.
Okay.
That's our hour-long dedication to the shortening of TMS Thursday.
Fine, you've stayed your hour.
We've done our hour, and now I've got to go. And we'll be back, though, tomorrow for TMS PM. I think Dan will be with us. Maybe we'll ask him about Narcan a little bit, see what's up with that, and other cool stuff. So that'll be TMSPM tomorrow. And you're thinking, wait, what is that? Oh, boy. You know, if you don't support us on Patreon, you don't know. So head on over there and read all about it. Patreon.com/TMS. It's how you get an extra episode every week. And I think, Brian, correct me if I'm wrong, the following week should be a play date, right? Do I have it right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
The week of... Actually, next week should be a play date because the month ends in the middle of the following week. So...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it should be next week.
Oh, yeah, it should be next week.
Yeah. So it's next...
Just can't be the 27th because that's the bike ride day. So it'd have to be the day before. Have to be the 26th.
We do Friday.
Friday.
Okay, we'll do Friday. And what did we use to start last time? Is it 1?
1 p.m. to
1 to 3.
3:30 or 4 or something?
Yeah,
or
1 to 3, I
2
think.
hours? Yeah.
All right, that's our play date. That's open to everybody. You can all play, but we like to get patrons in those games, and we like to play Jackbox games. So come hang out with us next week for that. We have a lot of time between now and then, though, so don't worry about it too much. Tomorrow, regular PM episode. Read about it at patreon.com/TMS. For as low as $1 a month, you're in. And you get also lots of extra bonus content every day. Urine. Like pee. It's like pee.
Yeah, pee, urine.
For everything else, frogpants.com/TMS. And also shout out to my sister for very last minute pulling out today because I was anyway. I was late letting everybody know, and including Brian. I told him late last night. And I didn't tell her.
See it till this morning, so I don't know how I missed it. I did raid. I don't know why I wasn't looking at my phone.
Yeah, look, raid's important.
It is important, Skip.
How'd it go? Did you finally take him down, or are you still hacking away?
No, we decided not to keep beating our heads against Nazoth, and we did a reset and started working another full clear. So start at the beginning and basically one-shotted everything so far.
It's because you are lords of all you survey. Well done.
We are lords of everything but the final boss is what we are.
Well, he's always the tricky one, so best of luck on that.
That's right.
All right, that's it. Let's go out with a song, and we just do one today, so what are we doing? What's the special song?
It's an indie at the end. Instead of an indie in the middle, it's an indie at the end. And these guys, we talked a little bit about like kind of an 80s sound or 90s sound yesterday. We've got kind of that same thing here, but not a 90s American band sound, more like a 90s British or Australian band name, which is appropriate because this is a band